The man on Pecan Street. For most of his life, people walked past him like he was part of the sidewalk, another shadow under the overpass. They called him Red because of the rust-colored beanie he always wore. No one knew his real name. Truth be told, neither did he. Not really. The man had been in and out of foster homes since before he could speak, and the records got lost somewhere between counties. No birthday, no known family, just a few fading Polaroids of strangers the state once said were kin. He spent his early 20s couch surfing, doing odd jobs, roofing, night janitor shifts, even a brief stint scrubbing dishes at a Waffle House off I-30. But nothing stuck. Not because he was lazy, he was the first to show up, last to leave. But every job had a boss with a temper or a paycheck that bounced, or a door that never opened again after one missed shift from the flu. Eventually, the streets just felt simpler, predictable, cold but honest. Years passed. His skin darkened in the sun, his joints cracked with the winter. He didn't talk much. Didn't drink, didn't shoot up, just faded. Until the night the fire took everything. He had found a squat in an old abandoned tool shop behind a closed-down strip mall. He'd been sleeping there for 3 months straight, a record. Then one night, a group of teenagers, out looking for trouble, set a mattress ablaze for kicks. Red barely made it out, lost the little he had, blankets, a rusted kettle, and a book of poetry he never read but kept because it was the only thing with his handwriting in it. 3 days later, cold and coughing, he found the puppy. It wasn't a dramatic rescue, no rainstorm, no whimpers under a box, just a stray limping across the parking lot of a gas station where Red was digging through the trash for a half-eaten sandwich. The pup had a torn ear, ribs showing, and eyes that somehow looked just as tired as his. Red tossed it half the sandwich, then the other half. He figured it'd run off after that, but it didn't. The pup followed him back to a new corner under Pecan Street Bridge. Slept curled against him that night. The next morning it was still there. He named it Lucky, sarcastically at first. But the name stuck, and so did the dog. Red had never cared for something that couldn't betray him, that couldn't lie or leave or change its mind. Lucky just needed food, warmth, and love, things Red hadn't given anyone, including himself, in years. He started showing up at the shelter, not for himself, but to get food for the dog. A worker there named Mia started noticing. Over weeks, she learned his name, then asked him to help stack boxes. He didn't ask for money, but she gave him socks, then boots, then a haircut. Eventually, she asked him to help with the dogs that came through. Red had never volunteered for anything in his life, but Lucky seemed to like it, and so he did it. The months rolled on. Red started walking straighter, talking more. He laughed, awkwardly, but it came back. One day, Mia handed him a key to the shelter storage room and said, "If you and Lucky ever need somewhere dry, it's yours." That spring, a local journalist covering homelessness in the area snapped a photo of Red and Lucky outside the shelter. It went viral. Donations poured in. One of the donors was an old construction foreman who remembered Red from 20 years back. Said he was one of the only guys I trusted with a ladder. Offered him work again. Red hesitated, but Mia nudged him, and Lucky wagged his tail like it was meant to be. Now, Red doesn't live on our Pecan Street anymore. He's got a room above the shelter, a job fixing gutters and laying drywall. Lucky sleeps at the foot of his bed. Sometimes he still wakes up in a panic, expecting smoke or sirens. But there's always that soft breathing beside him, that weight that tells him, you're not alone anymore. They still walk the streets some nights. Red carries bags of dog food in his pack now, and not just for Lucky. He looks for the other strays, both the four-legged ones and the two-legged kind. Because once upon a time, when he had nothing and no one, a limping little mutt looked at him like he was worth saving, and that changed everything.